Dustin May gets 2 elbow tendons repaired for the price of 1. The price is still going to be steep. Jordan Addison's got a fast car. Is it fast enough so he can fly away from Minnesota? And we're going to go at great length to undercut the rumors that you're going to hear for the next year about the Lakers and Clippers. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report, and yes, I am improvising on July 21st, 2023. When I'm on the road, I kind of like doing the show outdoors, and then the storms came. Sucks for me. But if we like being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button, clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And comments. There's always good things to talk about with LA sports. By the way, thank you to the new subscriber who joined the channel. We are always trying to build. We appreciate you getting in on the ground floor. Before we go through the news and notes, a look at the scoreboard. Glub, glub, glub. The LA Sparks sink further with their 7th consecutive loss now that they're back from the All-Star break in the WNBA. They lose to Minnesota 73-70. Meanwhile, today, the Dodgers are in Texas at 5. Tony Gonsolin is 5-3 with a 3.72 ERA. Andrew Heaney, remember him? Yeah, he's 6-6 with a 4.43 ERA. Let's get to the news, shall we? Dustin May did not have Tommy John surgery this time. You might remember that he had it about a year or so ago. But from the looks of things, he may as well have had Tommy John surgery. He underwent elbow surgery. It's the same elbow that was repaired a couple of years ago. They repaired 2 different tendons on Tuesday. 2 tendons Tuesday. That is an ineffective tongue twister, if you ask me. That is not going to win you a lot of friends at the party. But having said that, it's not good. It's not good to have that many surgeries. Dave Roberts said as much. He was telling the scribes, quote, "It's going to be a long road back," unquote. The estimate for Dustin May to return? An entire year. I don't mean the end of the season. I mean 12 months. So it's going to be a while before you see him in a jersey again. Also with the Dodgers, the wife of former Dodgers owner Peter O'Malley, Annette, has passed away at the age of 81. She was married to Peter O'Malley for 52 years. 52. How's about that for those of us who are on marriage at 3 or 4, right? Meanwhile, Frank McCourt's ex-wife is like, nah, I don't want to tell jokes. She likes to sue people. Did she wind up getting with the chauffeur? No, I'm dropping it. I don't want to know. Former Trojans wide receiver Jordan Addison might be having second thoughts about turning pro because he was cited for going 140 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. I say might be having second thoughts because we don't know if the car that he was driving was pointed out of Minneapolis-St. Paul. I got to tell you, Vikings training camp opens in 3 days. The dude is slated to be the team's number 2 wide receiver, and this is how he's acting? I mean, I realized going into the NFL draft, the knock on Addison was not having elite speed. But ask Henry Ruggs if you think going triple digits at 3 a.m. is a good idea. This is not the time to take the Tracy Chapman song that literally. We were told Jordan Addison was smart. I mean, we all goof up, but god dang, 140 miles an hour? Anyway, I spent a lot of time with these clips trying to undercut one rumor after another, particularly with regards to the Lakers and now the Clippers. It's clickbait. It's all crap. It's never accurate. And so when CBS Sports decided to do a way too early idea of the NBA's next offseason, originally I was like, stop feeding the rumors. But then I realized after reading it that they were trying to set a ground floor for what you can expect to hear and possibly what you will know is crap for the next year. If you look at it from that perspective, the story is very, very useful, because every blogger is now trying to be Adrian Wojnarowski, and it's not happening. So before the rumors get into full swing for the upcoming year, which they will, let's break down what the Lakers and Clippers are up against. The top 4 potential free agents for next offseason all play in LA. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and meanwhile with the Clippers, theoretically, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. So we'll start with the Lakers. Davis is eligible for an extension. James is not, at least not yet. James will likely either do one of 2 things. He will sign a maximum deal with the Lakers, or he will decide to play for whatever team drafts his son. And that is if Bronny James is in fact one and done over at USC. If both Davis and James leave, highly unlikely, but if both Davis and James leave, the Lakers will have about 2 max salary slots open. In other words, they'll have $70 million in cap space. It's not likely to happen. It's just not. One, if not both. The best bet is that both of them stay. If not, Davis is probably staying. Also, keep in mind that DeMar DeRozan might want to return to Los Angeles. He went to school at USC, and he'll be a free agent next year. Now, the Clippers' situation is much, much simpler. They're way over the cap. They don't have a lot of draft picks. There were rumors, yes, of Paul George trades, but the most likely outcome for the Clippers is that both stay in LA to help debut the new arena. Guarantee it? Maybe not. Most likely bet? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to add something else about the Clippers while I have the chance. We spent so much time talking about the Lakers in Summer League. I would be remiss if I did not mention that Kobe Brown of the Clippers really just stepped up his game as Summer League went on. He's in the running, not just to be on the roster, but to actually get time, legit time, with the Clippers this year. He only has one true knock against him, and it's not his fault. The Clippers are loaded with forwards. So he's got to out-battle his new teammates to get the role that he's going to want. But he is pushing for it. And I bet the Clippers are taking note. Absolutely. A former NFL GM turned sports writer, and geez, dude, if you want to talk about your career path going downhill, go from GM to sports writer. Anyway, the guy's name is Randy Mueller. He suspects that the personnel of the Chargers just simply doesn't fit Brandon Staley's defensive scheme. And that's why the Chargers struggle on defense. Quote, "I'm not placing blame. I'm just saying this team's lack of progress under Brandon Staley is concerning," unquote. Oh, by the way, if you've never heard of Randy Mueller, and to be frank, I had to look it up. The guy used to be the GM of the New Orleans Saints. He specifically cites an ineffective defensive line, particularly for the amount of money that the Chargers invested in their two ends. That would be Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. He also believes that safety Derwin James is a little overrated. He's shaky in man coverage, the former GM asserts. By the way, rookies have already reported to training camp for the Chargers. So their season's about to get rolling. We mentioned a lot lately about Summer League, and I do want to keep tabs on the former UCLA and USC players who are taking part to tell you about their progress. David Singleton, formerly of UCLA, had a really bad Summer League. There's just no getting around it. He averaged only 4 points in the 2 games that he played. His contract, and thus, frankly, his future, they're not guaranteed. So even for the G League, there's a possibility that he might have to go overseas if he wants to continue his career at all. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about how much of a hole Dustin May's second surgery puts in the Dodgers rotation. tell me if you think that Jordan Addison maybe not be as bright as we thought he was, or if this is just simply a youthful mistake. And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos, because we talk LA sports here every single day. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.